Hello to all of you. I'm Irina Bond. I'm a 𝐬𝐭 expert at MediGyn. I'm also a first point of contact for any clients at MediGyn and Hortman's clinics, where MediGyn is based at the moment, in Dubai. So today we have Priyanka Mehta, our gynecologist and cosmetic gynecologist. Welcome, Dr. Priyanka.
Thank you, Irina. I'm Dr. Priyanka. I'm a specialist gynecologist and cosmetic gynecologist working with the MediGyn Center at their Hortman clinic. And we are here today to talk about something which is really important.
Very important and a very kind of a taboo topic still. And this topic is menopause. So we're here to demystifying menopause for all of us. So Dr. Priyanka, we have a lot of clients that are asking us constantly various questions, being uncertain about that period, menopause period of their life. So when does menopause really start?
So if you look at the definition of menopause, when I use the word menopause, we think of an old lady post 50, 55 or 60.
Yes.
But menopause can start at any time. In fact, if you look at the age, menopause actually starts by the age of 52 to 55. But there is a period called perimenopause. And we are seeing nowadays that it can start even as early as the 40s, 35, even the early 30s. It is called the premature menopause.
Yes.
So this perimenopause is the time where a lot of our women, they feel there is something wrong with them, or they have issues with poor memory.
Yes.
Just start gaining weight. They don't feel as they were, before. When they are younger, they feel more active, and suddenly they feel they've aged.
Different. They feel
gain
different.
weight.
They feel
Absolutely.
more anxious. They feel more like not themselves any longer.
Absolutely. And the thing is, sometimes there is no, correct definition as to when the menopause is starting or
Yes.
perimenopause is starting. So when you're in your 20s or 30s, you think menopause is, it's a cliff, you will fall you think it's like something for old people. And you don't realize by the time
Yes.
you're 35 and 40 that you are into this perimenopause.
Perimenopause, which is important aspect of menopause, where a woman is just entering into that stage of menopause.
Absolutely. And they have, women then face issues with memory, poor memory. They walk into a room, they don't know why they came
Yes.
there. They're forgetting their keys, they're forgetting the phone,
They're forgetting the names.
names of the kids, the partners, people they met,
Yes.
And it's like all over the place. They feel that, they gain weight. They're doing exercise, they're following the diet they used to, but they're just, suddenly gaining weight. And maybe sometimes the periods are getting irregular, they're coming frequently,
Yes.
they're not happening at all. And for women who are yet to start their family, they are worried about their fertility.
Yes, absolutely.
So the list is never ending.
Never ending, with hot flashes and the other physical problems, but also mental problems and emotional problems that we are facing, issues that we are facing in menopause. So why is it actually happening? A lot of people, a lot of our clients actually would like to know what is the reason, that underlying reason that this actually happening in our bodies.
So you can think of menopause as a reversal of menarche when we start the periods. So young girls are starting the menarche or the periods earlier nowadays at the age of 8 or 10. And in menarche, so women are born with ovaries, yeah? You have
Yes.
the uterus, the womb,
Absolutely.
and then you have ovaries. So ovaries have millions of eggs. But in our lifespan, we are going to, have at least only around 400 or 500 eggs would be released or coming out during our menstrual cycle.
Yes.
Now, in menopause, the eggs in the ovaries are getting depleted with age. The number of eggs are becoming less. And the hormones. So we have the female hormones. Mainly hormones are just, we call it chemical messengers, which communicate between the brain. So
The brain, yes.
the hormones are made in the
And
brain.
the body.
And then they communicate with different organs of the body. So you have heard of thyroid,
Yes,
adrenals, the pancreas, ovary making the hormone. So the female hormones as such are estrogen, progesterone, and a little bit of testosterone too. So they also have
Absolutely.
testosterone. Like men also have a little bit of female hormones.
Female
It's
hormones,
that.
yes, absolutely.
But there is this disbalance. So the female hormones, estrogen, progesterone, don't just take care of the uterus and the ovaries. they also take care of our brain, our mood,
Absolutely.
memory, all of that.
Hence, if there is a imbalance
Absolutely.
in your hormone levels,
Yeah.
we receiving all those issues as brain fog, as memory loss, as all the rest of the
Symptoms
that we've spoke about. Yes.
And it's not that, sometimes it's not very well defined, because in a regular health check, or when, women are also not even aware that we need to do the levels of the hormones, estrogen, progesterone. We never do it from the beginning, because we are doing tests for, say, anemia, for thyroid, for your blood sugar, for your liver, for your kidney, but we don't see the hormones. So we don't know this endocrine system, as it is called.
Yes.
And hence we don't check for the hormones. So we don't know. Like you have these, so it's kind of a hierarchy. The brain produces some hormones called FSH and LH. These are the hormones which then direct the ovaries to produce estrogen, progesterone.
Yes.
So as we age, the number of eggs are coming down, and also the body progesterone levels are coming down, and then slowly the estrogen levels are also coming down. And we also have another hormone called cortisol, which is made from our adrenal glands, and this also, the levels are coming down.
The stress level,
Absolutely. So
handling
cortisol
our
is a
stress
stress hormone. So we are living in, I don't think there is anyone who is living without stress. Yeah, just having a smartphone is stressful, because when you have it, it is stressful. When you
Keeps
don't
beeping
have it,
when you don't
because
want.
we do that, right? You open to check a WhatsApp, then you go to your email, then you go to Instagram, then YouTube. This is micro
It's
stress.
never ending.
Never
Absolutely.
ending. So this stress or micro stress is eating into the lives, especially for women, because we are working, we are taking care of our homes, multitasking all the time.
Absolutely.
So this is accelerated aging, and our hormones are getting depleted faster than it used to.
It
In fact,
used to be,
you know,
even
I
maybe
have-
10 years ago.
Like I had last week, I had a client coming into my clinic who is now 34, and she thought, okay, now I will plan my pregnancy. So we do certain tests when you are planning pregnancy. That is a marker for ovarian reserve, anti-Mullerian hormone. Again, many women are not aware of that. And when I do the anti-Mullerian hormone for her, after a lot of convincing, because she was like, I am healthy, I am 33 or 34, why do you want to test that? And I was like, this will just give us a good benchmark as to where you stand. But
Yes.
her AMH is very low. That means she is actually going into a premature menopause at the age of 33. And we see it even women who are, in their late 20s or early 30s. So that is something that we, need to create awareness about.
Awareness and
talk
also
about.
take into account once a lady comes to a doctor, to gynecologist. And that nicely comes into the next question. So we are, for example, 33, 34. We still would like to have a child or two, as we are having children later in life. And so how can we, and if we can at MediGyn, which I know the answer, but let's share it with our viewers, how can we actually prolong our reproductive life of a woman, but as well as a man? Whether we can do that.
That is where our programs, you come to us, you meet us, we love to see you as a couple together. And then we even assist in pregnancy planning, in preconception care, or even in, premarital. Even if you are just not even planning to start your family, we advise you the entire hormonal, the tests that are useful for doing the
for doing the
Absolutely.
verification and for identifying
giving you
where
advice, giving you advice as
you are in that process.
Yes, how to improve the ovarian reserve, test for the ovarian reserve, test your hormones, your thyroid, adrenals, the cortisol levels, and all of that. So we have a detailed consultation for more than 45 to 60 minutes. We sit
For a
with couple-
fertility, it's a fertility
yes.
optimization program.
Yeah.
At the same time, menopause relief for women who are just in their perimenopausal
Absolutely.
stage.
Yeah.
We can actually prolong the reproductive life of a woman. And so we would do it with bioidentical hormones, and we can also do that with our hormone balancing program.
Yes.
And is it safe to do that with bioidentical hormones? And is it safe to do that because we can prolong it for a number of years, let's say 3-5 years?
Yeah.
Right?
So like we were talking about the perimenopause. For some women, it is starting at the age of 35 to 40. And they are not even aware that they are in perimenopause.
Which is quite early, actually.
So women who are facing hormonal issues like brain fog, poor memory, weight gain, not feeling right, or menstrual irregularities, they come to us. We discuss with them in detail about what's happening to them, what are there. So we send out a pre-questionnaire. They fill the questionnaire. We look up their tests that they have done, and then we recommend certain tests for them before we start them. And we advise them different supplements and bioidentical hormone therapy. Bioidentical means that we are using hormones which are very similar. They are natural and they are derived from natural sources, and they are
Natural plant sources.
Yes, and they are closer to the body hormones rather than using the synthetic hormones, which could have harm in different ways.
Yes. And how would that bioidentical hormone therapy affect positively, thinking about, of course, affect our body in the long run, let's say?
Okay.
Once we start taking it.
So we also have to see that menopause for women, even the female brain gets affected.
Yes.
That is what the hormones like the estrogen, progesterone hormone. So we have a rhythm. For men, it's mostly a circadian rhythm, 24 hours, and they are back again to as they were. But for women, during the menstrual cycle, it's an infraradian rhythm. So it changes with 28 days with the hormone cycling, right? So in menopause, there is a sudden depletion of these hormones. Suddenly, there is no progesterone, and progesterone helps to keep you calm, to keep you relaxed. So in the bioidentical hormone therapy, when you walk into our clinic, we will check your estrogen, we will check progesterone,
levels of
FSH levels,
the most important hormones.
Absolutely, and testosterone levels also. We check your cortisol, and based on that, we are going to advise you the progesterone. We're going to advise estrogen so that we have the balance. And then these are, so there is no, it doesn't suddenly fall down.
Yes,
and we can supplement these hormones depending on your, we give a bespoke kind of customized care to, and also we check the vitamins, we see need any herbs, any adjuvants, any adaptogens, things like that help us. And we also help you with the lifestyle
advice and adjustments, lifestyle adjustment, which is very important because our nowadays 99% of our the way we are aging, the way we are developing really in our lives, and any conditions that may develop is due to our lifestyle. Meaning our epigenetic changes what's happening in our lives. Is that right?
Yeah.
And what MediGyn does actually is we look at the overall, at the whole body approach, rather than just the underlying condition, and not just the symptoms, but also underlying condition we look at. And so, what do we do in our lives to kind of have a better lifestyle? Let's talk a little bit about that, if it's such a important part of our of the way we are getting older, or the way our menopause is happening.
Yeah. So the first important thing is awareness.
Yes.
Are we aware? Yeah. So you don't, have to be like a dragon on most days where you're just, firing everybody. If you are in your even early 30s, 35 or 40s or even 50s, and there is a change that you think that you are facing all these issues, you come to us and we check your hormones, of course, and also we give you the suggestion for lifestyle, which is related to your sleep, because sleep is very important.
Absolutely. The level of cortisol goes up or down depending on.
So the cortisol is the hormone which is supposed to be highest in the daytime, and the sleep timings are again moving. Nowadays people are sleeping very late. So post 12 midnight is when your body is producing cortisol at its peak, and that's when you should be resting. But when you're awake, you're depleting all the cortisol which is supposed to be used the next day. So this cortisol will eat into your progesterone, and that is how the cycle goes. So younger women coming with hormone imbalance, polycystic ovary, the first thing I tell them is that the preparation for your day starts from the previous night. What time do you sleep? How do you, there's a sleep routine or a sleep hygiene, which then brings them into, okay, so what do I do the day before to start my day in a better way? And then what time you wake up. So have you had a restful sleep? Again, when the progesterone is low, your sleep is going to be disturbed. So that is where your hormone replacement with bioidentical hormone helps.
Comes
Because the
into.
progesterone will again. So it is not just the supplementation. It's everything together. It's a holistic approach that we need. What time you wake up? What are you eating the first thing in the morning? Because now there is a lot of talk about time restricted eating or intermittent fasting, and people want a shortcut.
Yes.
Always. So we always
A
tell
magic
them,
pill that doesn't exist.
absolutely. I wish there was. And this is from my own experience, you know,
Yes.
when you are, for me also, my weight would have been stable for a long time. But then suddenly you realize you are doing the exercise, but you're gaining weight. So for women, especially after 40, I really advise them. So sleep is one thing. And then you have the exercise. So exercise where we suggest weight training, we suggest strength training for women, building muscle. Because with age, men, women, we are losing a lot of
Losing
muscle.
mass.
Yes, so
tone,
muscle
yes.
itself, it's not just pumping in the gym and taking some steroids or taking some supplements for a quick fix.
Yes.
Yeah, in fact, even I was talking to my parents, they are taking some new protein supplement, and I told them, please send me a picture of the ingredients. And that's when they find there's a lot
Which
of
is
sugar.
very important
So there's a
to
lot
know.
of sugar
Absolutely.
into it. Yeah, even so,
Yep.
when I talk about sleep, then I talk about stress.
And then
sugar, salt,
that's the
That's
third,
important. Yeah.
third
So
most
sugar
important
again,
topic.
when you ask anybody how much sugar do you take, they'll be like, no, I don't take white sugar. So I tell them white sugar is harmless. Don't blame that one tiny spoon of white sugar that you take.
Yes, but the
It's a
sugars
hidden
that
sugar.
are hidden in every single
Absolutely.
food types.
So,
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
another
like do
story.
a brain hack. Just look at things, it's called brain envy.
Yes.
Whatever
yes.
you're consuming, just take a minute, because nowadays there is so much of, when you walk across, even when you go to fuel up your car,
Yeah.
you have something, that you're hungry, you're tired, you're hangry, and then
And the temptations
and
are
then you have
everywhere,
the
really,
fries, and you have the smell of the salt and the sugar, and
Yes.
it's tempting you. So just take a step back. Is this good for my brain? Am I going to get a sugar crash after this?
Yes.
All right, this is not
Absolutely.
good. So how do I increase in my diet the protein, good quality protein, anti-inflammatory
Lean and
food,
clean
which we will
protein,
talk about,
yes.
which we will be talking about in our future podcasts in detail.
Absolutely.
So sugar, salt, sleep, stress, food which is
4S,
anti-inflammatory.
yes, like you say,
4S.
4S.
That's what I always do. That's simple for people too. So they'll be like, okay, no, I'm not stressed. But then then I talk about the vagus nerve stimulation and all of that. So it's a detailed consultation that we have, So we try to reach
Absolutely.
out to our dear ladies, our clients.
And gentlemen too, because our programs, even though we are talking about menopause, our programs are not only for menopause. Hormone balancing is very much important also for men, because men have their own menopause, type of menopause, which called andropause.
Yeah.
And we will, of course, no doubt, we will highlight this in our next podcast with Dr. Priyanka and with our hormone specialist, Marketa Häkkinen.
So I wanted to ask you, Irina.
Yes.
Would you also how did you get interested into this wellness and menopause relief? And do you have
Program.
any story of yours to share, which
Yes.
will help our ladies understand that? Okay.
Yes, so my story is how it goes. I am 50 years of age, and my perimenopause, I would
50
say...
is the new 40.
50 is a new 40 years. That's what I always say, because I feel
No,
good,
we're talking of,
I feel young,
Absolutely.
I
We're
feel
talking of
energetic.
longevity and lifespan
Yes.
and health span.
Absolutely.
Yes, I tell my women who are 40, you have another 40 years to go. Yes, why not?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Absolutely,
Your
yeah.
menopause starts, like Dr. Priyanka
So it's
always
not
says.
it's not the end of life,
It's
or
not the
not midlife.
Your
it's just
life
starting.
starts.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Menopause is the start of life.
Yes. So I experienced scattered periods, and although I have to say my menopause was quite relaxed, I think. I didn't have major symptoms in any way, as I mentioned to you before. All I had
And
is a
I would
little...
just like to mention, maybe that was because, like, when we talk about the women's hormones, it's not just the ovaries, it's the adrenal health.
Yes,
The gland which
absolutely.
makes the cortisol. So if you
Absolutely.
have not, if you have taken care from a younger age,
Yes.
knowing or not knowing about menopause, if you have taken care with the stress, the sugar, the salt, things like that.
Absolutely.
If you take care of your health from that 35 years,
The preparation
menopause is not as
started.
drastic.
Yeah, the preparation started in my case very earlier on, because I've always been very into the healthy living, exercising, doing yoga, doing meditations, doing breath works. So, and I love it, absolutely love it. So when the menopause came, even though I didn't get any symptoms, I didn't get cold flushes, I didn't get any mood swings. I was calm as a little camel, like we say. But I did get a little bit of disturbed sleep, which made my stress level a little bit high, I think, slightly later on into that period. So since I'm so much in tune to myself and I feel on a daily basis, on an even hourly basis, how am I doing? Am I doing right? Am I calm? Am I not calm? I started looking into all of the available treatment for menopause resources. And that's how I actually met Marketa Hakkinen, and that's how we talked about bioidentical hormones. And I started doing a little bit more research, found out that bioidentical hormones, it's actually have the same compounded molecular, hormonal molecular as our body. And therefore, it's being absorbed much easier by the body, it's being more body friendly. And I've always been into natural ways of healing like yourself, Absolutely. You know. So for me, it's my food is my medicine.
Food is
my
medicine.
Drinks are my medicine, you know. So, and that's how I slowly but surely.
I was reading somewhere there are 8, because I'm into a lot of plant-based food. So there are 800 different types of plant-based foods available.
Yeah.
When you start researching, I tell my clients and my patients also, don't now stop when you go to supermarket. I wish I could go with each one of them for grocery shopping, right? Stop going to the counters you used to go. Go to the other side.
Go to different ones.
Look at the other colors.
Change and different colors.
And there is so much variety. So we will be having conversations on anti-inflammatory.
Yes, implement those phytochemicals into your diet. Different types of phytochemicals, because it's not just in plants but also in your grains, you know. So that's how I got into it, and and I am
living your passion.
Living my passion. Yes, exactly.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Because that's the whole purpose, right?
That's the whole purpose. Yes.
Why we are there to reach out to women of all ages.
Yes, of all ages, young women girls, and men
and men also.
Men also, absolutely.
That's the whole aim of us coming together, so that we are able to reach out and we are able to spread this awareness.
To assist our clients and our patients in anything that they would like to do, but overall having a healthier and more fulfilled life, and having more zest for life also, because very often that's where it starts from.
Because for women also, like during menopause, I also heard that
they lose a purpose in life.
Medical doctors also, we don't have all the right answers sometimes for women in terms of the either some kind of replacement therapy or even as to what. So women who are going to their doctor saying, I'm gaining weight, we tell them, okay, lose weight. Yeah. Or if someone is saying, I'm having poor memory or brain fog, we say, yeah, you're getting old, get used to it.
Yes, exactly.
Or if they feel I am having mood swings, then they say, okay, take antidepressants. So sometimes, we also are not able to support them.
Yes.
So that's where our menopause relief
program comes into.
Yeah.
And hormone balancing program also comes into for our viewers' purposes, which you could either book online, you could have a look at our website, MediGyn.com, or you can call Hortman's clinics. The details will be in each podcast and in each post, and we could
join us,
start assisting you and join our MediGyn family.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Irina.
Thank you.
It's always a pleasure. Every conversation with
and
you.
Likewise.
Yes, it leaves me with something new, and I love your zest for life and also your zest for I wish I had as half the energy as you have. Really, it's amazing always. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Priyanka. You too.
Thank you.
Very nice to have this conversation with you.
Thank you.